This is going to be an all-night affair. People are being told to stay off the roads.
We have over half a dozen flash flood warnings.
We're talking about South Boulder Road.
Hence the bullseye right over Boulder County and Larimer County, with flash flood warnings extending out through 1245 now.
We are at severe risk right now. We are seeing some flooding and
their driveway is totally washed out. We advise them to move to high ground.
Yeah, be advised that we have a tremendous amount of swift water moving down. We need to evacuate people who are stuck in the house.
Whoever said you could never have too much of a good thing
Oh my God.
never spent a night underneath a storm that refused to budge.
all units, copy weather update. All units, copy weather update. Flash flood warning has been extended until 4:15 a.m.
More rain than the ground can handle right now. It can stop anytime.
Never seen anything like this. The house right below us was just getting flooded all night.
It never stopped. It rained hard and then it rained harder all night.
This has been a devastating storm. We know that we've lost lives. We anticipate that as the day goes on, that we may find that we've lost others.
I looked at Wesley and he looked at me and he jumped after her and he dove after her. And they were my best friends. And I feel like I watched them die.
Creeks have become rivers, rivers have emptied into towns, and towns have become lakes.
But when you get a rain like this, it's just, you knew it was going to happen.
Lyons, Longmont.
Everybody's safe, to keep the kids safe, so we just tried to stay high up in the house and kept watching for help.
Estes, Boulder.
I've never seen this before in Colorado. Never.
We had less than a half an hour to try to get all of our belongings together.
Aurora. And every canyon from Golden to Wyoming, the damage is widespread.
I had to pray, I had to sing it to God, because I want to survive. I just sing it to God. I just say, thanks, God.
For him to be able to find that one air pocket inside the car is amazing.
We are going to be heavily dependent on air operations for quite a while. These communities are all suffered long-term losses. This is going to take a while.
I cried a lot.
Did you?
And I didn't want to go because I didn't want to say goodbye to my town of Jamestown.
Those who remember the Great Flood of '65 tell us this one is comparable, if not worse. And in Big Thompson Canyon, where everything is measured by the storm of '76.
Abby, it's worse than it's ever been, honey. It's taken over everything. That's why Grandpa wanted you to come out.
There appears to be a new high water mark.
I had been thrown out to the side of the fast water, and I landed on a big pile of silt and mud, but I could see the outline of a huge, huge tree about 10 feet from me. And I climbed under the debris and I was able to reach a limb.
The railings, steps, that kind of thing, a lot of that going down the river. A lot of it. Unbelievable.
I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I seriously don't know what I'm gonna do.
This is the 500-year flood, I guess.
If I survived a stroke and breast cancer, this is not gonna knock me down. We're gonna fight, we're gonna come back.
I would guess close to a mile wide here. We knew the water was coming, and it's here.
Gravity is playing an important role in this mess.
In 100 years, they've never had water in them, and they both got water in them now.
What comes from up high must eventually go down. The South Platte is more than willing to oblige.
I think what we have going on here in the last 24 hours is the greatest number of Americans rescued by helicopter since Hurricane Katrina.
They get on the aircraft, and some of them have actually laid their head back and closed their eyes, and they are not worrying about us, what we're doing. They know that we're going to get them where they need to be, and that's awesome.
It is almost cliche these days to suggest we will come back stronger than ever.
Homes and roads and businesses are destroyed, and we're going to have to do a lot of work to get it back.
But days into this disaster, these stories remind us why we want to come back.
This is amazing, and it's really, to be any part of this it's just heartwarming to know that we have a community that comes together like this when they really are needed.
Heroism comes as much from a hand as it might from a hero.
He asked me, "Are you married?" I said, "Yes, I am." He says, "Where's your wife?" And I said, "I think she's lost." And he said, "We have a lady on the floor of our house with a broken leg and long blonde hair." And then I knew she was okay.
No matter how much rain might fall, you can never get enough of that.
I could be worse, but I lost everything, and that's just the way it is. I ain't going nowhere. Because I love this place, man.
With the help of our entire staff, Chris Vanderveen.
Little town community. It's a good place.
9 News.